Looking for something that's short, impactful, and worth your time? This series dives into fascinating topics that make you think, question, and see the world a little differently, all in under a few minutes. Whether it's exploring everyday mysteries, surprising facts, or untold stories, each episode is designed to keep you engaged from start to finish. Perfect for quick breaks or binge sessions, this series delivers knowledge and entertainment in one powerful package. Don't miss out. Watch the full series now, only on YouTube. Backhand index pointing right, subscribe, hit the bell, and stay tuned for more mind-opening content. Our Kind, a love that doesn't ask for permission. In a quiet village where silence speaks louder than words, Our Kind isn't just a short film. It's a heartbeat in a world that too often tells queer people to be invisible. Set against the backdrop of rolling fields and winding paths, this intimate story follows two teenage boys, bound not just by location, but by a longing that neither of them can fully explain yet refuse to ignore. Their days seem ordinary: school, chores, glances across the dusty road. But within that ordinariness brews something quietly revolutionary: the courage to feel. The beauty of Our Kind lies not in dramatic declarations or sweeping gestures, but in the smallest moments: a shared smile, a hesitant touch, a glance that lingers too long. It's about the electricity of first love when you're unsure whether it's allowed to exist at all. This is not a story of grand acceptance or violent rejection. It is something much more subtle, more dangerous in its stillness. It is about living in between fear and freedom, between hiding and being seen. These boys aren't trying to change the world. They're simply trying to breathe in it without suffocating. Our Kind reminds us that queer love isn't a city privilege. It happens in the corners of the world, in barns and buses, on back roads, and in whispered phone calls. And while the world may not be ready to celebrate every version of love, this film dares to show that it exists anyway. Because sometimes, the most radical thing you can do is simply love quietly, fearfully, and truthfully. And that's what makes them Our Kind. The Nature of Us is not just another LGBTQ+ web series. It's an emotional slow burn, a soft unraveling of identity, longing, and quiet connection. Set against the backdrop of everyday moments, the series draws us into the lives of Ellie and Yona, two young men caught in the tender crossfire of love, loneliness, and learning how to simply exist in a world that demands definition. At first glance, The Nature of Us might seem minimalist: no flashy editing, no over-the-top drama. But beneath its stillness lies its power. It thrives in silence, in shared glances, in the spaces between words. Each episode gently peels back a layer, not just of the characters, but of ourselves as viewers. We're asked to slow down, to feel rather than judge, to listen rather than assume. What makes this series stand out in 2025 is its rawness. It's unapologetically queer without having to explain itself. Ellie and Yona's story is not just about being gay, it's about being human. About fumbling through friendship and flirtation, about grieving the people we once were, about holding space for another person without knowing how to hold ourselves. Josh Cox, the creator, captures the unfiltered emotional landscape of queer youth with remarkable honesty. Shot with a single crew member and a lot of heart, it's proof that storytelling doesn't need a big budget to make a big impact. It needs truth. And The Nature of Us gives us just that: truth in motion, queer love without spectacle, and a subtle invitation to embrace the messiness of connection. In a world of noise and distractions, The Nature of Us whispers. And sometimes, a whisper is the loudest thing you need to hear. Getaway, a journey of love, identity, and second chances. In a world that often confines us to labels and expectations, Getaway dares to explore what happens when we step beyond the boundaries of home, culture, and even our own fears. Set against the vibrant backdrop of Bangkok, this heartfelt YouTube gay series tells the story of Sam, a Singaporean man searching for his estranged father, but what he finds instead is far more unexpected: love. From the very first episode, Getaway captures the essence of emotional vulnerability. Sam's journey is more than just physical travel, it's a powerful exploration of identity. As he reconnects with his roots in Thailand, he also begins to understand the parts of himself he's kept hidden, even from those closest to him. The show doesn't rely on cliches. Instead, it gives us a tender, often humorous, look into how romance can bloom in the unlikeliest of places, especially when you're not even looking for it. One of the standout features of Getaway is its authenticity. The series doesn't shy away from the complexities of being queer in Southeast Asia. It presents cultural nuance, subtle emotional conflicts, and soft moments between two men that feel raw and real. It's not just about romance, it's about healing. What makes Getaway truly special is its cast and crew, made up almost entirely of LGBTQ+ individuals. This isn't just representation, it's reclamation. It's queer voices telling queer stories, unfiltered and proud. In just a few episodes, Getaway gives you laughter, introspection, and maybe even a tear or two. Whether you're watching for the romance or the resonance, this is a journey worth taking. Sometimes, the best kind of getaway is the one that leads you back to yourself. GoGo Boy Interrupted a wild ride through West Hollywood's gay reality. In a city that never stops glittering, GoGo Boy Interrupted takes you deep into the sequined heart of West Hollywood, but not with the typical glamour you'd expect. This hilarious and heartfelt gay web series, created by and starring Jimmy Fowley, follows the life of Danny Carter, a 30-year-old go-go dancer who just aged out of his twink status. With his tight shorts retired and his tips dwindling, Danny is left wondering, what now? GoGo Boy Interrupted is not just another LGBTQ+ series. It's a sharp, self-aware, and wildly entertaining reflection on aging in a youth-obsessed queer culture. Through short, snappy episodes, we watch Danny stumble his way through therapy, awkward hookups, failed auditions, and desperate attempts at adulting, all while holding on to his identity in a world that often values abs over authenticity. But beneath its glittery surface lies something much deeper. A critique of the expectations placed on gay men to remain forever youthful, fabulous, and fun. It playfully dismantles stereotypes while giving space for vulnerability and reinvention. Danny's messy, lovable chaos resonates with anyone who's ever felt lost after the party ends. Supported by an eccentric cast of friends, frenemies, and overly honest therapists, GoGo Boy Interrupted manages to balance comedy with sincerity. Whether it's mocking social media obsession or revealing the emotional weight behind the nightlife facade, the series delivers laugh-out-loud moments alongside thoughtful commentary. This show is for anyone who's aged out of their 20s and wondered where they belong, or anyone who wants a sharp, queer comedy that isn't afraid to get a little ridiculous. Stream it on YouTube and get ready to dance, cringe, and laugh through every misstep of Danny's unforgettable journey. GoGo Boy Interrupted a wild ride through West Hollywood's gay reality. Old Dogs and New Tricks is more than just a comedy drama web series. It's a refreshing, clever, and emotionally resonant journey into the lives of four middle-aged gay men navigating love, friendship, and relevance in the youth-obsessed world of West Hollywood. The series breaks away from the typical coming-of-age narratives so often seen in LGBTQ+ media and instead dives into the often overlooked realities of aging within the gay community. Meet Nathan, a former actor trying to reboot his career. Ross, a talent agent with a sharp tongue and a vulnerable heart. Muscles, the sensitive gym addict struggling with relationships. And Brad, the glamorous yet self-absorbed soap star clinging to the spotlight. Together, they form a hilarious, dysfunctional yet deeply loyal group that reflects both the fun and the fears of growing older in a world that constantly values the new. At its core, Old Dogs and New Tricks explores the unspoken challenges of gay men beyond their 40s, dating younger partners, facing body image issues, and questioning their place in a fast-evolving LGBTQ+ culture. But what makes the show truly shine is its blend of biting humor and heartfelt truth. It laughs at stereotypes, while also exposing the insecurities behind them. Created by Leon Accord Whiting, who also stars as Nathan, the series offers authentic representation, witty dialogue, and moments that hit surprisingly hard. Whether you're older and gay, or just curious about a side of queer life rarely shown, this show is a must-watch. Old dogs and new tricks reminds us all that growing older doesn't mean fading out. It means getting smarter, sassier, and maybe even sexier. And if you're going to face life's messiness, you'd better do it with good friends, great drinks, and just the right amount of drama.